78 yards rushing. And it's not since, I don't know, a long time, 2002, somebody had rushed that many yards on Alabama. So is it Josh Dobbs or is it the fact that they didn't prepare for him?
I think, Scott's a little bit of both. I think Sapin was talking a little bit about that and the fact that now, every time that Bama's been prepared for UT, it's been a pocket passer. 2-3 step drop back, throw the ball, and worst case to best case scenario, 2 or 3 steps outside the pocket. Now you got a kid in Dobbs who comes in, who's got an arm, can run with the ball, can throw the ball, give you various looks, and I just think that was very difficult in terms of Alabama preparation for him. So and he showed him. What you think on that, Jay?
Yeah, like I said, I didn't get to see any of that game, but like you said, we know how meticulous Saban is, especially with his DBs. And so, I heard part of the scheme for Tennessee was to kind of get their runners on the outside instead of trying to bang it up against the middle, which, again, why would you bang your head against a brick wall like the Alabama defensive line? So they would rather take their chances with those outside linebackers and DBs. And, when you got a guy like Jalen Hurd who's 235, that's a matchup you want to try to go after. Like you said, also preparing for Justin Worley. Like you said, he's not going to move around a lot. He's not a statue in the pocket, but he's definitely not a fleet-footed guy either. So, throwing Josh Dobbs in there, and, again, he's a younger kid, so he may have gone out there and instead of, when they're saying, hey, run, we want to run ZX, wiggle, 36, banana Y, he's like, yeah, I'm going to see who's open, and we'll just get it to him instead of having to go through all the progressions in his head.
Exactly right. And then the thing is that, lucky, Scott, we miss a week from Alabama being really upset last week. And, and Saban got on his board. So, if this was a reverse game and UT played last week versus this weekend, could have been a blowout.
One of the things I like about Josh Dobbs, he's kind of like me. I wasn't a practice player. They say he's not a good practice player. I couldn't stand practice.
Right.
But you turn the lights on, I was ready to go.
That's what counts, ain't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But, but being, somebody who should have been playing more. As earlier in my career, I just did not like practice, and that's what they say about Josh Dobbs.
You talking about practice?
That's it.
Right.
Allen Iverson said that.
Right.
But another Josh Dobbs, and then you talked about the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans yesterday, Mettenberger, who what I like about him, and even he has J.J. Watt, who J.J. Watt got his attention, because he was talking about him taking selfies, and of course J.J. Watt took a sack on him and did a selfie, and that to me that makes him legit because somebody like J.J. Watt is paying attention to Zach Mettenberger.
Exactly.
Well, J.J. Watt's paying attention to Indy, and everybody steps on the field. I guarantee you J.J. Watt had a game plan for, Antonio Andrews, who just got called up. He said, well, he gets on the field, I'll be looking for him. That's why he's the, reigning defensive player and the defensive MVP in the NFL. But, like we were talking before the show, Mettenberger brings a different kind of attitude than probably any quarterback we've had here. We've had a good set of personalities. You look at it, Steve McNair and Vince Young and Kerry Collins, who wrote country music and directed videos and things. But then Zach Mettenberger comes in, and he seems like, he seems like the guy you'd hang out with the whole weekend on Saturday night especially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he had that the look when he cut his hair of that movie from
Dodgeball.
He had the thing tied around his head and all that. But that cool. It's just the fact that he did not give up. Again, that's one of the things we talked about. And another guy that didn't give up yesterday was Andrew Luck. When you give up 51 points and you still like, come on, guys, we can still do this. I watched him get banged around. His jersey was dirty and all that. He didn't care. He wasn't going to let his team. They lost, but still, he didn't let his team lose.
Yeah, and we were talking about this before the show, too. I only watched about 30 minutes of that game. And in those 30 minutes, Luck got hit 15 times at least. And when they were showing, they keep up with, hurries and pressures and knockdowns. And it was like some ridiculous number. And you're looking at I was looking at the clock, and there was like 7 minutes left in the third quarter. And I'm like, man, he's already hit the turf like 17 times. Right. That's insane. And like every time he was turning around, he was getting – these weren't, kind of, wrap-ups and toss to the ground. He's taking shots to the ribs. He's getting, hitting the legs. And like you said, he gets back up and gets to the line and is like, all right, next play. Let's do it.
And I think we talked about that a little bit last week, Scott, when we were comparing with Peyton Manning. We were talking about those next-level quarterbacks. And I think this is why Luck becomes that next-level quarterback. Hey, it's end of the game, Scott, I'm sure you played in a blowout game. I know I have.
Yeah, I got mad. That's why I would
yeah.
get mad. I didn't want to lose and
Right.
look in the paper and you down by that much.
Exactly.
I didn't want to. That's what made me play harder.
Yeah, so you like, at least you can step off the field and say, hey, I did my part. But as a quarterback, it's hard because it's kind of like what you mentioned last week. It's to field 11 guys, 12 guys on that, 11 guys on that field, and we all got to click together, And so that's what happens. But I like Luck, man. They took a hard one yesterday, but on the reverse side of it, man, them Steelers are coming right now,
Yes.
man. They playing some ball.
Yeah, Roethlisberger. I think I heard that he had the 5th highest passing total in the game. I think it was 522 yards, if I remember off the top of my head. Yeah. And I when I turned on the game, it was 42-20, and I was like, man, this is blowout. Then I realized there was 9.5 minutes left in the game, and I was like, man, how did it get like this? And then you hear that he had 5 touchdowns at that point, and like you said, he threw for over 300 yards in the first half. I mean, he looks like Big Ben of 2006, 2007 again.
Right, or Y.A. Tittle or something like that. He and again, that was that game. Then another quarterback, and it kills me. There's 2 quarterbacks that I really don't have a liking to for both teams. Green Bay Packers, even Aaron Rodgers did not give up, yesterday, and so just a great opportunity to see these quarterbacks, and I'm like, I gotta pick a team because my team's all looking bad, but I can't pick those 2 teams. But to see that Aaron Rodgers, how he was losing and still playing hard, how many yards he had, and Andrew Luck even in the loss, how many yards he had, it's just good to see.
Yeah, I think the quarterback that impressed me the most was Stratford coming from Detroit. They down to them Dirty Birds, and came back down 17, I think they were. Came back and won, Detroit yesterday. That was too impressive, man. I mean, he drove
21-0.
Yeah, 21-0. Yeah, he drove. I mean, just play after play after play. And it was big time plays. It wasn't 10 yards here and there. He was going 40, 50 yards up top
without Calvin Johnson.
Hey, and that's that boy from Nashville, that Tate boy, looking good out there.
Yeah,
and those 2 games were kind of flip sides if you're looking at like you're talking about when you got blowout wins. Those are when fantasy owners they love their quarterbacks and blowout wins because you're going to end up with 50 something pass attempts and you're trying to throw the ball to get the points back on the board. On the flip side, in the Falcons Lions game, you're up 21-0. That may be a point where you don't want to take your foot off the gas, but you may think at that point a little bit, let's ease up a little bit, and that's what happens.
All right, on the line we have the coach of the Trevecca Nazarene men's basketball team, Sam Harris, is on the line. What's going on, Coach?
What's up, Coach?
Hold on one second.
That's not Sam. It's live radio. But Coach Sam Harris, of course, is a friend of Coach Tony Thompson and of all of us. He's got a great basketball team down in Trevecca. I had to come check him out a couple of times. Great arena, great atmosphere. Have you ever been down there? Trying to give him a little pub right here to see if he got a couple of players that I'm interested in seeing. Of course, not a high school teammate, but a high school nemesis of mine, Anthony Palm. They call him Gip. His son Jalen's on the team. And if you ever saw Anthony Palm play for Western Kentucky, you know why his son is playing at this level. Coach, you there?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Coach Sam Harris of the Trevecca Nazarene basketball team. How you doing, Coach?
Fine. How are you today?
I'm good. Just talking about a couple of your players, especially Jalen Palm, the guy that just transferred from Monmouth University, and a couple of more guys on your team. How are they looking, Coach?
Well, we've only had 9 days of practice, but I think we're doing a good job. I think our guys are playing hard. Our chemistry's pretty good. We're trying to make the decision and communicating between conversion, which is advantage offense to defense, and transition offense. But we're doing a good job right now.
Long-time coach over at Trevecca, and now you're in Division II in the NCAA. I went over to check out your facilities. They're top-notch. Talk about what it took to get to that point where you guys are now, Coach.
Well, it's a 4-year wait. It's an application process, and then you got to go through each stage that the NCAA gives you to be full-fledged members. And we got that notification in the spring about being a full NCAA Division II membership, and now it's about moving forward. We're talking about additional facilities and moving forward, and hopefully being able to compete in the Great Midwest Athletic Conference.
Hey, Coach Sam, this is Coach Tony. How you doing today?
Hey, Tony, how are you?
I am wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I know you and I have had an opportunity to talk a lot about the team making that transition, and now you're in that different division with these guys. How do you think they're going to transition from, coming from that powerful NAI program now into that D2 status and starting to play those teams and that type of caliber players night in and night out?
Well, I think the biggest difference is, there's no bad teams, and I don't mean that bad towards the NAI, but, anytime we were playing a conference, every conference has people that are in the bottom half versus the top half. And I think what we found at the Division II level is that the bottom half teams, even if they're the bottom half in your league, they're still really solid basketball teams. And so that's one of the adjustments that we've had to make. And one of the things that we started preaching last year with our guys is that when we mentally make the transition to what it means to be a 12-month a year NCAA athlete, then we'll physically make the change. And that's what we're going through right now. With the addition of our new players, we've got a couple guys that have played at the NCAA Division I level. They understand it. The new players that we've recruited in, we've already spent the time in the recruiting process talking about being mentally prepared. I don't mean necessarily playing basketball 12 months, but I mean bettering yourself, whether it's lifting weights or getting quicker or working on your shooting. When you have 12 months a year basketball players, we'll be a solid contender at the Division II level.
Talk about a couple of those players that you're saying. Coach Jalen Palmer's a guy that I'm very much interested in. Of course, his dad and I are longtime nemesis back home in Gary, Indiana. Talk about Jalen and a couple of other guys on the team, how they're progressing.
Well, Jalen's doing a good job. Like I say, the Division I guys. We have Percy Blade, who transferred in from Western last year at Christmas. We got Jalen. Michael Lane was being recruited at the Division I level from a junior college, and Terrell Corlew, the other kid from Louisville, was being recruited at the Division I level. The same as Jacob Williams out of Wilson Central. So we got a core of about 6 to 7 guys that were either played or were being recruited at that level, and that gives us a really good nucleus to change the mindset that we're going to have what I just referred to in terms of mentally being prepared to play and compete at the Division II level. But we're real happy with all the guys that are here. Our chemistry has been good. Our work ethic's been good. We're just looking forward to getting started playing.
And Coach, as you make that move up, size make a tremendous difference. I know you guys now moving into that new conference now. Are we going to see a pretty nice sized team, or are we going to have quickness, or what kind of look we're going to have over there this year?
Well, we've got the two big guys in the middle. We got Matt Gambaroni, a kid from France that transferred in from Barry, and we've got Devontae Neal, who transferred in from Alabama State, both at 6'9", and then we've got Michael Lane, the junior college kid from Lakeland, at 6'9", to go with Slay Chow, who was here last year at 6'9". So we've got some good size, but I think our strength, honestly, is going to be our guard play, and our guards have got to continue to mature and learn how to create shots for each other. That's what we're working on in our offensive schemes right now, between being a pattern offense and learning how to play with individual skills within the pattern of what we're doing. And when we get that down, I think we have a really good chance to be a really solid offensive team.
Well, Coach, we thank you for calling in, man, and we're going to make sure we catch at least a couple of your games. Now, don't try to big time me if I come down there, man. Act like you don't know me.
I'll tell you what, you just let me know you're coming. We'll make sure that you get in, and I know Jalen's right here waiting to talk with you all.
Okay, Jalen want to talk. Hey, most definitely. Yeah. I need to talk. His dad told me I had to talk to him. So what's going on, Jalen?
I'll jump off the phone and put him on. I'm going to go back to practice. Appreciate you having us on.
Gotcha,
and anytime
Coach.
you want to come over, let me know.
All right, thank you, Coach. Coach Sam Harris of Trevecca Nazarene. And, of course, now we're on the line with the point guard, a guy that I'm looking forward to seeing at least a few times this year. Of course, I told his dad's going to keep an eye on him. He's been too quick for me to keep my eye on him since he's been in school, but I'm just glad he's here. What's going on, Jalen Palm?
Not much. How's it going?
Everything's good. Hey, man, how's it going? How you adapting? You're in Nashville now. You came from a big school in Monmouth University, and now you're here at a small school. How are you adapting to Nashville, Tennessee?
It's a lot of changing. Especially with the basketball part of it, it's a whole new system. But as practice has been going on, I've been learning it, and it's coming easier to me. And at first it was kind of frustrating, but I'm loving it, and I'm just excited for this year.
Now, your dad told me to make sure I come to practice. You got to text me and let me know your practice times, man. I can't let him down.
Yeah, he's always got to keep an eye on me, make sure I'm good.
How excited are you about playing for Coach Sam Harris and for the Trevecca Nazarene and being the point guard of that team to facilitate everything?
I love it. Coach Harris, he's a great guy, and I'm basically him on the court. I'm the coach on the court. So everything he's telling me, I have to relate, and everything basically falls on me if things aren't going well. So I'm just taking it all in, basically, and try to do whatever it takes for this team to be successful.
All right, Jalen, I'm not gonna hold you too long. No, you got to get to practice. You say you got to be the coach, so I ain't gonna keep you. You can use me as an excuse for you not doing what you're supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
All right, Jalen, we're gonna see you a little bit down the line. I'm proud of you, man. Congratulations and all that, and we're gonna check you out, man.
All right, thanks. I really appreciate it.
All right, Jalen Palm, the point guard, Jason, for the Trevecca Nazarene. Now, they have guys from Louisville. They got 3 guys that played on the same AAU team from Louisville, Kentucky, and they all. Jason, I was going to ask him a question, but he had to stand up and give a standing ovation because Jaquan.
We haven't seen him. Yeah,
Jaquan Johnson just came to the house and just big time me, and he's got it. Man, everybody got the button down shirt on except me today.
We all communicators today.
Yeah,
I see.
We talked this morning.
I see.
Scott, I'm gonna say Trent, the point guard's coming from Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah.
I mean, when you see this kid, I mean, Jalen's gonna get better every single day. As good as player he is, this kid can defend, and and to have him back him up every day, night in, night out, and game in, game out, this kid's gonna be ready. I mean, I think he's got a tremendous backcourt over there at Trevecca coming this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, if Jalen plays anything like his dad, I mean, it's lights out. And I've seen his dad play, and I've watched his dad do some things. Now, mind you, we had him on the line earlier this year. He was on a team that had 8 Division I players on it. Now, I'm talking about from the JV team when they got to be seniors. It was 8 guys on that team that ended up playing Division I basketball. And this is how the competition was in their city. They lost in the first round of the sectionals.
Yeah.
That's unheard of.
Yeah, that's unheard of. But hey, that's how the City League go. You know that.
Yeah. So, but Trevecca Nazarene, another, they're going to be a good team, but we're going to be a little busy. We're going to be a little busy. We have to kind of look at the schedule a little bit, Jason, because we're going to be over at Columbia State a lot this year.
I've heard about that, too.
You heard about that?
A little bit.
Well, next week, let's say we're going to have an hour show. Yeah, an hour show next week because this will be the first home game for the Columbia State Chargers. So we're going to be down the road a little bit for that first home game. But they have 2 games this weekend in God's country in Vincennes, Indiana.
Ooh.
And we're going to be down there. We're going to do some radio. Yeah, we're going to do some radio for that. And it's going to be exciting. Coach Penny Collins will be calling in a few minutes. But, Jason, it's a done deal now, it looks like.
Yeah, just another stepping stone for the team. And, I'll be there. I'll be there when I can. So, Coach Thompson said he wanted to hear me on the basketball side.
Oh, yeah.
I told him I'm going to put pressure on him, too, like we're playing D.
But Jason, of course, I'm not putting too much on him. His wife's pregnant, so I can't put too much on him. He's in school. Told him he's going to be taking 18 hours next semester. So I'm going to be leaning on him after that baby coming. No excuses then.
I told Scott as well, Jay, I got some of your shoes filled, man, I think you wear left and I wear right when we'll get it done.
That works for me. Teamwork makes the dream work.
And Jaquan, you in the house now? What's going on? We have and he's been on Fridays. He's the Friday guy now.
Oh,
so he don't have to come in on Mondays.
I get it.
So this is overtime. Man.
Yeah, this is
he gets the glitz and glamour.
Exactly.
This time and a half right now for me.
But Jaquan, we were talking about your coach a little bit, and I actually said that I liked the way that your quarterback played, and I almost threw up in my mouth.
I mean, Andrew Luck, top 5 quarterback in the league. He has the toughness he's tough as anybody in the league. I mean, the guy, he won't give up. It's just yesterday he got outplayed. I mean, the team got outplayed. Big Ben, 522 yards, I think it was, 6 touchdowns. I mean, he did a great job. I hear behind me. I don't know what that is. I guess we got a Steelers fan in here.
Fan.
Oh, Lord. I'm gone by.
Steelers fans in the house. Of course, now that they winning, because now people coming out of the woodwork.
Right.
Yeah,
3 weeks ago, we didn't hear that. Now, Steelers this, Steelers that. As soon as Ben throw a pick, they all gone somewhere.
Back into the bushes.
Yeah, so they'll be here in 2 weeks on a Monday night game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a win.
I don't think you want to talk about them Titans, man.
Yeah, we already talked about it. We got to give them the 2
we got
seconds.
it out of the way.
Oh, okay,
yeah, got
good.
that out of the way. But Coach Tony Bernetti is a little busy. They're going to be preparing to play against Maplewood this week on Thursday. So they probably the practice schedule has changed a little bit. A lot of the Metro teams went to playing on Thursday this week because of Halloween on Friday. So they did that. Only one game this week on Friday in Metro, and that's the White Creeps Cobras against Stratford. So
I'll be there.
Yeah, you'll be there for that one. I won't, but
I might hand out some candy. I don't I'm gonna dress up as a Jason.
As a Jason.
That's a Jason.
Let's see if they figure out what that is. And of course, now the Mac man's in the house. What's going on, McKinley Young?
What's good? What's good? Sorry for being late, fellas, but you know how this traffic is in Nashville. It's crazy.
We're starting the Institute of Fine. You got to bring everybody lunch for next time you're late.
Yeah.
Hey man, well if y'all waiting on me to bring y'all lunch, y'all gonna be waiting for a minute.
That's all right. Long as you-
Give me a little minute. Let me get some food in the house.
We'll write down some suggestions.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'll cook you up some now.
We'll write
Give you
down some
some of this good old
suggestions.
Alabama food around here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Speaking of Alabama, we already talked about Alabama, so no Alabama, no more Bama talk today.
Roll Tide, it don't
Here we
matter.
go.
You know, whenever I come in, you know, you feel the vibe, the love.
Yeah, they handled their business, but they was up 27-0 in UT. Did they thing to try to come back in the game.
Yeah, they did. You know, you got to tip your hat off to UT. You know, they didn't give up. That's one thing about Butch Jones. His teams, they always fight to the end. And, you know, we made some mistakes, you know, kind of took the foot off the pedal a little bit. But, hey, it's all good.
And it's all good. But, again, Tony Bernetti, we were trying to get him to call in. It's going to be a big game. Of course, Junior and Junior will be in the house on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. At the wonderful
here we go.
Pearl Cone.
Here we go.
Can we move back to Pearl Cone
Business-
talk now?
business-
That's enough Pearl Cone. That's
That's
enough
enough
Pearl
It's
Pearl
Cone.
okay.
Cone.
That's enough.
Colts,
You know you got
Alabama.
wonderful people about to come up in here that's from Pearl Cone. You
Yeah,
know,
well, they late too. The Pearl Cone folks late today.
That
They
means
late
can't
in the
come
Pearl
on.
Cone right there,
Hey,
man.
I can tell you this.
They roll with Matt.
Hey, I can tell
Lock the
you this.
doors,
Riches
coach.
from Mac.
First day of practice basketball. Coach Pratt's trying to make sure these boys right because we're trying to bring that ball back over there.
Lock the
North
door, Coach.
Nashville.
Yeah. Coach Pratt's supposed to be. Wait till he gets. I'm gonna tell him, man. All these Pearl Cone folks didn't call in. They big timing me now. I supposed to have a football coach call. He ain't come. A former Pearl Cone guy late, not a basketball team late. I don't know about Pearl Cone anymore.
Hey man, you know how Brunetti is, man. He got his mind set on Maplewood. It's a big week for us.
It is a big week. We're gonna take a break and we're gonna come back. When we come back, we're gonna come back with a guy that we're gonna see a lot of this year.
Yes, sir.
Columbia State men's coach, Pretty Collins. Coach Brian Collins. We'll be back after these messages. We'll be right back.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I'm 19 years old, and this is how I live united. I've always been kind of a computer geek, and I found a way to use those skills to help the homeless in my community. For people facing hard times, computer skills and a basic resume are so important. It may seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in people's lives. So with United Way, I created a program where I work with the homeless. Together, we go through their whole job history, write a resume, and then save it on their very own USB drive. We provide workbooks and training certificates. I even budgeted for cupcakes so we can celebrate as a class when one of our people gets a job. That's huge. When somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." That's what Living United feels like to me. My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is Scott Wallace, and listen to Hour of Power, the Benchpress Sports Show.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor. Because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Nurse, I need you to apply pressure to the head wound until I can get to it. I'm concerned she's lost too much blood.
Oh, no.
You in the corner, who are you? You're not supposed to be here.
She's my girlfriend, Doctor.
You need to wait out in the waiting room.
Please, Doctor, I want to stay with her.
Look, she's been badly injured. So if you want to do what's best for her, you need to let us do our work.
Please, Doctor, she has to be okay. I didn't mean to do this. I love her.
Wait a second. You were the driver?
Yes, but I didn't mean to. I swear, we went to dinner. I was just buzzed. I only had a few drinks.
Just buzzed? Why didn't you tell us that? In that case, your girlfriend is fine.
Hey, sweetie. I feel great. You want to get out of here?
I can't believe this. Really, Doctor? She's really okay?
What, are you kidding? No, not really. Nurse, get me a suture kit. Stat.
Buzzed driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
And we're back here on the bench press. Darius had
Got some shocking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah. They was on ESPN 3 talking about the TSU Tigers football team when they played against Jacksonville State, and it was here. They was on ESPN 3, but I think that's what it is, or ESPNU or something like that. It's not ESPN 1 or 2.
1 too, because this weekend I know they had the big bowl in Alabama. They was on ESPN.
Oh yeah.
2.
Who?
The Magic City.
Magic City Bowl.
A&M.
Who played A&M and who?
A&M and Alabama State.
Yeah, they were on there. They said it was the largest crowd of any HBCU.
They play at Birmingham.
Yes, sir. And then the Steel City will be there in about another week or two.
Yeah, who they play that game?
Thanksgiving, Miles and Stillman. You know, Daddy really got that because Miles is alma mater. So. Yeah. Shout out to Ricky Smiley if you're listening. You know, he's a Miles College graduate.
All right. All right. Brian Collins, what's going on? We can't get these guys called in today. Coach Collins has missed our call.
It's getting that time. Game time is getting closer and closer. So
Friday.
They all focus on that.
Friday, the men's team for Columbia State University will be traveling to Vincennes, Indiana to play the Oni Central. I've never heard of them. I don't know where they are. Only Central.
We're going to find out.
We're going to find out. We're going to find out early and often this Friday. Of course, he has a team that's going to be ranked high in junior college. Matter of fact, they're ranked 10th right now. And, of course, they have the number 1 player in the country in T.J. Dundas. They also, we talking about that kid Pride, the point guard, where he just signed with Cal State Bakersfield this past week. Okay. So now you got 2 guys already that's Division 1. He didn't sign, committed to Cal State's Bakersfield.
And that'll put him up there with Coach Barnes.
Oh yeah,
right.
So Rod's here, and and he's done some good stuff, man. He lost he graduated his son, so his son transferred from Lipscomb, went out and whatnot. So to get him to commit there, that's a great trade off. I mean, I think he'll fit in Bakersfield real good. Plus, he ain't got to worry about no cold weather.
At all, he's gonna love that.
Yeah, you're gonna love when you see the kid plays a left-handed point guard, and I was hoping that we could talk to coach, but again, he's a little busy. But let's talk about a little bit of Metro football right now, and you guys were out at Overton High School, and I told Jason, that's what I told Jason. I said Jason would have loved to be in that game because how they that's the game, but I'm saying how they did things, how Overton does things. They do it the right way with the band and the cheerleaders and the setup and all that stuff. Even the 25-second play clocks and all that stuff.
Worked,
it worked
for once. So we kind of knew the countdown and stuff when it was coming. But, Overton's band has been one of the best bands in the country forever.
They had a big old earth or something rolling around.
Globe.
Yeah, it was big old something they was rolling around during halftime. And the game was a good game. I kind of figured, and I talked to your guy, Coach Daryl, before the game, and I said, I think you guys got him this time, because I looked at how Overton, the teams they lost to, and the fact that they were second. This game was for second place, and everybody think Overton's down, but then winning this game puts them now in the driver's seat for second place in District 10 AAA.
Yes, sir. Like I said, Coach Williams, when I talked to him early in the year before the season started, he pretty much was talking about how he had to rely on his seniors, but how they came in and they were working, and it was a process. And they knew coming in trying to change up the offensive philosophy a little bit, not being so much of a pound team, kind of spreading it out, trying to get it to athletes a little bit. It was going to take a minute, and right now they're kind of peaking at the right time. So they can make some real noise in the playoffs because, they have great athletes. We definitely seen one of the best pass rushers, if not the best pass rusher in Metro, in D'Angelo Holt, and he lived up to every bit of it. And then Nick Fuqua starting to come into his own. Ended up 29 carries, 217 yards, and it wasn't just like he was just taking little bit by little bit. He was getting chunks.
Yeah, he got that big 72-yard run, and like he said, he's got comfortable because everybody early in the year, because he had a great year last year for Cane Ridge, and this year he wasn't kind of living up to what he did last year, and everybody's like, well, he's down and all that, but now he's got comfortable. The kid's starting to dominate, and then you haven't even mentioned Ugo Amadi, probably their best player. Overton has a great team. Coach Williams, he has a great team on his hands.
And they big. If you really hadn't seen them, they big all over, from linebackers to defensive backs, offensive, defensive line. They physical. So, like I said, man, they gonna make some noise. They gonna shock some teams, and I can see them at least getting maybe third round, depending on how where they line up at after this week. They gotta take care of business this week though, to kind of make sure they get a good draw. So,
and but now, Mac, we got a little bone to pick with you, Mac.
What did I do now? Here y'all
go.
About this Baker's
13. Baker's 13.
And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I put certain teams in certain positions. We had a big discussion pretty much going between the East Pearl Con, because I had Pearl second, East third because of the loss.
Right.
From how I went about it, they lost the big game. They played a great team. Nashville Christian, still undefeated, one of the top teams in the state. They ended up losing. They ended up losing their best player. Still don't know his status. Now, to me, without number 2 in the lineup for East, I can see 4 or 5 teams that's better than them in the district. Now, that's my personal opinion. Nothing against East. I love those guys. They go out there and play hard. But number 2 is the difference maker, and it was proven Friday night.
All right, but 7-2.
7-2.
This is what
look at the 2
record
Look
is.
at the 2 losses.
Okay.
They lost against NBA.
Right.
And they lost against East by 2.
But still, look.
But see, y'all going. It's teams in there that I got ahead of each other. That in a head-to-head, they lost. But you look at the record, you look at the team, you look at the quality. I'm looking at it all the way around. Like I said, you can go 2-3 either or. Now I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? East deserves to be number 2. Pearl deserves to be number 2. You know what I'm saying? It's a toss-up matchup. I believe if they meet again, which it won't happen because they're in different districts.
Right, they won't.
But if they were to meet again, I think Pearl would get away. I think Pearl would get the win.
Here's the thing that you may want to ask yourself: who did Pearl beat that they should not have beaten?
That's true.
Now, people will say about East, who they beat, they weren't supposed to beat. They weren't supposed to beat Pearl.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's how I weigh it.
But I mean,
and there's another way I weigh
when
it.
we looked at them though, we said that You know what I'm saying?
What?
They should have beat Pearl.
Who?
East. The East could have beat Pearl.
Yeah, they could have beat Pearl.
And we looking at it matching up talent wise. They
Pearl
had
has a
enough.
whole lot
They
more
had
talent.
a whole more talent, skill position wise.
What was that
As
game?
far
What
as
was that game
big
played at
guys,
on the road?
And Vandy.
it was played at Vandy.
So
As
neutral
far
site.
as big guys, neutral site.
Neutral site.
As far as big guys, and again, we can go shoulda, coulda, woulda.
East plays every
Isaiah,
game is
if
for East
Isaiah
is a road game.
ain't on
They
there
don't have a
the
home
last
field.
play.
Ooh, so that's
They don't have a home field. They
Yeah.
play at TPS.
So, hey, like I said, it's no hard feelings. Hey, it goes
But
either
I'm
way.
going by yours. If I go by yours,
If you going by what I said,
Maplewood
Maplewood
should
should
be
be
number
ranked.
2.
Exactly. I wouldn't say they should be number 2 because
Right.
even in games that they actually should have won, like they
shoulda
didn't really dominate like they should have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
you can definitely go by the case that Maplewood should be higher than what they are
Right.
based on their schedule. But in the games that they supposed to take care of business of, and we're not talking about the White Creeks and the Hillwoods and stuff like that. We talking about teams that pretty much match up with them as far as with athletes on the outside, and they underachieve.
right? Okay, but yeah, that was the only thing I said. That the head-to-head is always the first tiebreaker,
Right.
and they're 8-1, and they lost to a good team. And again, we don't know about Isaiah.
don't know
Now, if he
about-
was
now-
out, here's my argument with this too. Now, if they lose to Lipscomb on Friday, okay, they have the same record, right?
Yeah.
But what's the first tiebreaker? Head-to-head.
Head-to-head.
So then, that still would be a debate for me.
It
but,
goes back because Pearl beat Lipscomb.
right. Pearl beat, but East beat
Pearl.
But look at it. You going district.
Right.
In the district, they both will have the same record.
All three will have the same.
They
record.
all three will have the
All
same
three of
record.
them. So is Lipscomb better than them? And you got to talk about that too.
Nah.
Lipscomb barely. Now see, somebody you want to talk about your other argument? Pearl barely beat Lipscomb.
But Lipscomb is a much better team
Then who?
than they're a much better team. To me, they're a much better team than Maplewood.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
They beat
out
Maplewood.
of if you're looking at the top 3, like I said, if Lipscomb beat East, then people gonna say, well, Lipscomb's better than East, but Pearl beat Lipscomb. So people say
Head-to-head.
Pearl better than Lipscomb.
Yeah, it's always
It's
head-to-head.
always head to head.
Didn't we
And
make the
then
reference a
you
few,
go back. Then you gonna go back to let's look at how many points Pearl beat Lipscomb by, and if East lose to Lipscomb, how many would they lose by, or how many would they win by?
Didn't we make a reference a few weeks ago to the I believe it was 2007 Oklahoma, Texas, and
Right,
Texas Tech?
exactly.
where
It
all
was.
three beat each other,
Exactly.
and
And they got it.
something
And they
weird.
got it wrong.
Yeah, it came down. It came down. so
It
weird
came down to
technicality.
it. They got it wrong. So again,
Hey, it's gonna be-
everybody has their
technicality here too,
opinion.
Jay.
Yeah.
Everybody, you can really either way you go about it. It's an argument for each team because, like I said, East is a dominating team. Without number 2, it's hard, but I still believe that they can make some noise in the playoffs. I talked to Coach Waite Saturday. He pretty much said that he thinks that it's not as severe. You know,
What
they
it was?
had
I
the,
didn't even know what it was.
I think he said it was some type of leg injury, and he pretty much held him out as a precautionary.
Well, yeah.
So it was like
And they only
he
lost
could have
16-0,
Yeah,
right?
he was like he
19,
could have probably
19,
came back
19,
in and played, but if it's more severe than what it is, he goes back in. They come away, they get the win, but then you might lose him for the rest of the year.
So overtime becomes a sleeper.
Overton has always been a sleeper.
Right.
Now, it's 3 people in here that we ain't gonna say no names that pretty much said that Overton was gonna be the top team in 12 AAA when I told them the only team that's still undefeated in Metro
I didn't say
was
it.
the top.
I didn't even give a 12-8 pick.
So,
But Overton only lost one game to that team, and give them credit. Now they only lost, and they were very impressive against a very good McGavin team. And then Hillsboro's playing against Hunters Lane this Thursday, right? They playing on
this Thursday. Yeah, they playing
So,
Thursday.
and then so
Trick or treat.
it's gonna be
it's gonna be interesting. But one thing I say about them boys over there, Green Hills, and I see them a lot, just because I've worked there before, and then my son, he goes to school there, he plays there. But those guys, the focus that they have is a lot different compared to some of the other teams that we just seen play. As far as it's not about stats for them. They don't care who scores, who does this, who does that. They're all about what can we do as a team to get the ultimate goal.
Now, if y'all go to Pearl-Cohn, Maplewood Pearl, I might go to see Glencliff Hillwood. I just want to see who's gonna win that game.
I got my money on Glencliff.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, because we look at it, Glencliff may be getting beat, but at least they score.
Yeah.
They try to be somewhat competitive.
Yeah.
Now, they only may be competitive for a quarter, but at least they somewhat competitive in there, and they trying to put up points. And like I said, these three schools, the Whites Creeks, Hillwood, Glencliff, they still kind of in a rebuilding mode where they trying to get to where the East and the Pearls are. Because East and Pearl over the last couple of years, they kind of sustained a little bit. They got their feeder schools coming in.
Well, that's hard on this side because you're not going to really have that feeder school to come to these guys. And then a lot of these guys who are real good coming out of 8th grade right now, they're bouncing out to the suburbs. They're not even staying in that. And Glencliff gets hurt in a way because the majority of their kids who would be good go to Overton.
Right.
They go to Overton or they may
Hillsborough.
by FRA.
Oh, by FRA, exactly.
One of the private schools will come in and get
Or they play soccer.
Yeah, they play soccer. You get them.
Yeah, they legit.
Longevity.
Yeah.
Longevity. I told. When my son gets here, if he says, "Daddy, I can play soccer," please go. I will get you some soccer, please.
And call him one name.
Please believe.
Yes.
Call him by one name.
It'll just be Sales.
Sales.
Like Pele.
Yeah, but just another thing. And again, it's wrapping up the regular season. Wrapping up this weekend. Some decent games this weekend. And then Saturday they're gonna have the. They're gonna talk about who's gonna be in the playoffs and where they're gonna go and all that. And it's gonna get. Yeah, it's gonna be. We're gonna be in Indiana, so we're gonna have to.
And again, that's why the fact we have internet, we have radio. You know what I'm saying? We'll still be able to kind of catch it and see what's going on. You know, like I said, we all got an invested interest to kind of find out where these top 3 or 4 schools in Metro, where they can line up, how many home games, what side of the bracket,
how much
things
gas
like
to put
that.
in the bus.
That's it, you know.
And how many times you gonna wear the white uniform?
Right. You know, that's why a lot of them went and got gray uniforms to try to switch it up. You know.
Yeah. And speaking of that, Maplewood played against Alcoa this past Friday.
Yes.
And they did a really good job.
They played a great game.
Right. But Alcoa had on gray uniforms. Maplewood had on white uniforms, and when I watched the game, because I had to watch it, you couldn't tell sometimes because they both had on gray helmets. You could barely. I don't know how they was able to tell each other that, because I'm watching it on TV and I couldn't really tell.
Yeah,
but it was just weird to see that. And of course Maplewood, because they have silver pants too. If they wore their silver pants with the white shirt, it would have been ugly.
Right, and that's what I love about basketball. White is white, dark is
Dark
dark.
is dark. That's it.
You gotta you gotta bring on uniform. If you don't bring them, then you don't play that game. Forfeit.
There it is.
You know, but that's hard because I know they got a good team. Alcoa, and that's what's so scary. When you don't get a chance to see those guys, Alcoa, Farragut, Maryville, they come over each and every year, man. And they since I've been here in Nashville, they've done tremendously well.
They got a kid named Jaquez Tyson on the team, and I watched him play last year. And what I was told, now I'm talking to the Maplewood players, and they said that he's better than Keyshawn Vaughn. And and Maplewood was able to take him out of the game in the first quarter. He played sparingly. They hit him in the legs like they always do. I think it was I don't remember who it was, but I saw the hit. I think it was Malik that hit him. Malik Harris hit him in the legs, and he didn't play the whole game. That's how Maplewood stayed in the game. Monteon Smith scored on a 70-yard fumble recovery. They got the lead out. They got a safety in the game. So they really exploited Alcoa a whole lot this game. So where they won state last year, now they can. Now it's something that Maplewood can say, hey, we played good against a team going into this game next week. But we got somebody on the line right quick. I know he's at practice, but we're going to make sure we get in. We have him call in at 4:30 every week. That's the coach of Columbia State University, Coach Penny Collins. What's going on, Coach?
Man, not much. How you guys going?
Man, what's up,
right, man?
Hey, man, I know you're excited about Friday.
Oh, man. We just had to, what these kids saying now, turn up.
Yes, sir.
Right.
It sounds like you've been running up and down the court too, Coach.
Man, yeah. I saw y'all missed calls. Like, man, we was just trying to wrap practice up, so we ran a little behind today, making sure we crossing our T's and dotting our I's. So hustle to my phone and trying to make sure I do this because this is important to us.
We thought it was just all these Pearl Cone guys just running late around here all day.
But his dad coached at Pearl.
They just trying to get on us. You see how they do me, man. As soon as I come in the studio.
If they compare me to them championship guys over there.
Hey, tell him again. Tell him again.
His dad coached at Pearl Cone.
Yes, sir.
And then Max late today. And then Pearl Cone's coach Ray Pratchett's supposed to be here with some players. They haven't made it yet. Brunetti didn't answer the phone. No more Pearl Cone this for the rest of the show. No more Pearl Cone. But Coach, again, we congratulate for us, Brother Pride, for signing with committing to Cal State Bakersfield for us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Big time.
That's a big deal, man. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this thing. It's about winning, of course, but it's more important than to graduate and have opportunities to move on to play at the next level. And Justin Pride committing, that's just another scratch off. We got 7 more to go.
Yeah, I told Scott earlier, matter of fact, on that to see Coach Barnes, just graduate his son, Brandon, and then to get him to step in that role, that's going to be excellent. And, he gets out of here and heads out on that West Coast pen and tell him, he won't have to worry about his coat.
Oh, yeah. Coach Barnes, to me, he's a legendary coach. And he's, one national coach of the year before at Ole Miss. And he just, I thought it was a no-brainer decision for him. And he's going to be able to play with one of his former teammates, Matt Smith, out there as well.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And Coach, we are excited about this Friday. Of course, Mac and I will be heading up to Vincennes, Indiana to watch you guys play 2 games. Have you seen Oney Central on tape yet?
Yes, I've seen Oney and I've seen Vincennes. And we got our work cut out for us. There's going to be 2 tough games. Oney Central, one of the top teams out of the state of Illinois. A lot of kids I've already committed as well. Have a point guard that's going to Louisiana Tech, who's a very good player. We're going to have our hands full with. And we already know what Vincennes is about. I think the official national rankings come out within the next 24 hours. So we'll see where we're ranked as well. And we know Vincennes will be in the top 5, maybe top 2 in the country. So we got 2 tough games, man. I'm excited. To see where we are.
Well, we're excited too, and of course, to see the guys. You say you got 7 more guys to go. Anybody else close to signing? Can you give out anything? Or close to be committed? Can you give us that?
No, I think the rest of the guys will probably be late signings. They'll all be in the spring. I would assume, but things can go left and right very quick for these guys. And T.J. Cromer will probably be the next guy to sign. He's got a lot of interest. And we just kind of see and engage and see where it happens. But we're not in a hurry. None of the guys are in a hurry. We just want to make sure we make the right decision. But Pride and Dunning's off the board, and hallelujah.
Are you making sure you keeping them focused on that, Penny? Sometime when one player is playing with you on that team and they see the one guy commit or sign some plays, and all of a sudden instead of them staying focused to the job at hand, they sometimes get a little sidetracked. Are you doing a good job of keeping them focused on that?
Right. Yeah. That's a conversation that we have religiously with these guys, just about how if we win and we're successful as a team, everything takes care of itself. And we preach that to the guys all the time. And it's amazing what can be accomplished when no one cares who gets the credit. That's like our team motto. So if we keep that same mind frame, everything will take care of itself. Guys will go where they want to go. Guys will sign. We had 5 guys sign, 5 sophomores last year, and all 5 signed. We got 9 sophomores this year, and I anticipate all 9 guys to sign unless they don't want to play. But all 9 guys will play college basketball somewhere next year.
Well, Coach, I'll be down there Wednesday. I'm going to have my game face on, man. I don't know if I'm going to be as fired up as you guys are about Friday, but we're going to have a big meeting with the president of Columbia State University, and I hope I don't let you down, man.
Oh, all right. Listen, I'm not concerned at all. I know you're going to go through this thing with flying colors, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll on Friday and Saturday.
All right, Coach, we appreciate you calling in. And, of course, now this is your segment. We got to get a name for it or something. Penny for your thoughts or something like that. I don't know.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I'll leave that up to you guys.
All right, Coach, we'll talk to you later.
All right, sounds good.
Coach Brian Collins of the Columbia State University Chargers. They ready, y'all.
They ready. I don't know if they as ready as we ready, but they ready.
And, of course, we talking about the fact that WTN Tribune Radio and the Wallace Media Group will be part of the Columbia State. We don't know the whole capacity. Is they dragging their feet. We ready to go. We ready all this stuff line up, and they dragging their feet and all that. But we going to do something for them, but we just don't know the whole measure of what we're doing. But we have some exciting things that we want to do for Columbia State University. Of course, a school is about 45 minutes away from Nashville, but we're going to try to incorporate it as a mid-state university and go from there.
Oh yeah, once they see you, you know you're gonna be clean as a whistle. So once they just see Scott walk in the studio and just go, you know, then after that it's gonna be a wrap, man.
And plus, everybody's looking for something new. It's like the kid get their new toy, and that's gonna be their new toy and new things on the block, you know. And I think with Coach Penny got these guys excited already, ready to jump out. I think, you know, and on the backside of that, you know, the girls program was playing very well too.
Exactly.
So they're gonna be hopping down there this year in Columbia, man. I think, you know, we're ready to roll.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right,
man. Basketball season. It's coming.
And I'm so glad basketball, because my football teams. Well, I can't say that word online. Yeah. But
They're not very good.
They're not very good. Yeah.
I got one that is. That's about it.
All right, we're gonna take a break and go to the news with Miranda Scales, and after that, eventually we'll be back for our second hour power. Oh, I said Miranda. Melody Scales. I'm sorry, Melody.
We're gonna find him.
Yeah, at least I didn't call him Sales. Let's see. All right, we're gonna be back, and Melody, take it away.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I'm 19 years old, and this is how I live united. I've always been kind of a computer geek, and I found a way to use those skills to help the homeless in my community. For people facing hard times, computer skills and a basic resume are so important. It may seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in people's lives. So with United Way, I created a program where I work with the homeless. Together, we go through their whole job history, write a resume, and then save it on their very own USB drive. We provide workbooks and training certificates. I even budgeted for cupcakes so we can celebrate as a class when one of our people gets a job. That's huge. When somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." That's what Living United feels like to me. My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese!
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Scott Wallace, and you listen to the Hour of Power, the Benchpress Sports Show on WT and Tribune Radio.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We rope it up,
cause we know how to jump.
we roll it out,
Cause we know how to skate.
we'll cut it down,
Cause we know what to eat.
we'll swap it out.
We eat healthy stuff.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Yeah, well come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll ball it up,
Cause we know how to hoop.
we'll mess around,
Cause we know how to play.
we'll drop it down,
Cause we know how to dance.
we'll veg it up.
Veggie night and day.
Can we do it?
Search We Can online to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day to keep you and your kids healthy. Remember, that's We Can. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
Good evening. It is 5 o'clock, and for the TSU News Network, I am Melody Scales. An 18-month-old Spring Hill boy receives the first groundbreaking cancer treatment at the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital. Fox 17 reports that the Monroe Corral Junior Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt is only one of 6 places in the country that can use this method to treat retinoblastoma. Only Vanderbilt offers this treatment in the central area of the United States. And in less than 2 months of treatment, the tumor in Jude Keith's eye has shrunken while he regained his sight as well. Swimmers found an empty kayak near Percy Priest Lake on Sunday. News Channel 2 reports that this discovery was shortly after the body of a missing fisherman was found in the same area. The swimmers found the empty kayak and promptly called 911 for precaution. Crews arrived to search for anyone who may have been in distress. However, someone has yet to be reported missing. There is currently no word on how long the search continued. Soldiers finally returned home from Afghanistan in Fort Campbell, Kentucky today. News Channel 2 reports that hundreds of families anxiously waited for the troops to come home after 9 months. More than 150 members of the 2nd Brigade Combat Team came home safely this afternoon. One particular family has been counting down for 266 days. However, today's group is only one of several hundred troops that are coming home to Fort Campbell this past week. A man claims to find a rat head in his chili in Cape Coral, Florida. Fox 17 reports that Billy Wilson visited a golden corral in Florida where he thought he was biting into a hard bean. However, it turned out to be a snaggletooth rat head. DietDetective.com compares over 300 cereals to make a list of the healthiest ones. WFLA reports that using the 19 health criteria, Diet Detective assigned each cereal a health score and ranked them from the healthiest to the unhealthiest. The criteria includes things like the amount of calories, sugars, carbohydrates, proteins, ingredients, presence of real food like fruits, and so on. The top 5 healthiest cereals are Nature's Path Organic Millet Puffs, Barba's Shredded Wheat, Quaker Oats Old Fashioned, Kashi Whole Wheat Biscuits Autumn Wheat, and Nature's Path Oatmeal Gluten-Free Selections Home Style. And your forecast for this evening calls for mostly cloudy skies with a low of 63. Tomorrow there's a 70% chance of a thunderstorm with a high of 79. Currently is 86 degrees. And with the TSU News Network, I am Melody Scales.
This has been a production of the TSU News Network.
And we're back for our second hour on the bench press. And on the line, we have the coach, the head women's coach for the Dillard University. What's Dillard's nickname?
Dillard is going to be.
See there?
I said no doubt.
Yeah, Dillard University.
Blue.
The Blue Devils.
Blue
Blue.
Devils,
Yeah, BLU.
That's why the D like Duke, but they Dillard.
Coach Norbert Rones on the phone. What's going on, Coach?
Hey, what's going on? How's it going?
All right, Coach Tony Thompson. Remember y'all nickname, man. That's on him.
Hey, man, that was my fault, man. You know, that's what happens when you jump up out of GCAC.
Coach, you are looking for an exciting year this year. Of course, we have a player that we're really interested in that you have. But talk about your team in GCAC and how excited you are about the upcoming season.
We're tremendously excited about the upcoming season. I really feel this year we have a very special team. We was allowed to be able to bring in some very good players for this upcoming year, along with the players that we returned from last year. So we are really excited about what this team can do and what we will be able to accomplish moving forward.
Yeah, hey, Coach Ron, you know, when you're looking at, with your returners coming back, I know that Kalantra, she played real great. Alina Evans played great. Who else is going to probably be your biggest contributors there on that team this year? I know we talked about one of those solid point guards you got that really can handle the ball. Who are some of the players that we should be looking out for this season?
I think one of the players that you definitely should look out for this year is Rashida. Rashida was definitely a gift that was given to us. We really accept that, and we thank y'all, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm sure that they do.
Listen, man, and as good as a player as Rashida Demisu is, that's how good of a person she is, and also her mother who's listening. We love you, Linda. As you're gonna enjoy the family that she has, man. I'm telling you, and to have her for 2 years, you're right. You got to thank God for that one.
Yeah, Rome, I just hate that I don't get a chance to look down the bench and frown at you, man. But you got, I think like Scott said, if you could have inherited, any of the players that we've got, and you looking at Miss Nashville and Rashida, I think you inherited a young lady first and foremost that's going to give you academics first and make sure the books is where they need to be. You never got to worry about being ineligible, and then you're gonna get everything you can get on that court, and she listens. And I think I'm looking forward to coming seeing you guys. I know you open up with a pretty big game. I know we got Wiley College now to move into the conference, correct?
Well, they're still in the Red River, but we are on the road. We open up with Texas College on the 31st in Tyler, and then we play Wiley on the 1st in Marshall. So the reasoning behind that was I was trying to get the girls prepared to see what it's like to play back-to-back games. So when we make it to the national tournament, then we'll have an idea of what it's like to come out and play an intense game, and then you have to come right back and play another intense game as, we try to march towards the national championship.
Yeah, you couldn't have picked a better team than that because Wiley nationally ranked. I know last year they finished up. Coach did a tremendous job of changing that program around in Texas, and I'm almost positive she's going to probably bring back another good team this year.
Yeah, Wiley has been a really good team the past couple of years. They've been dominating the Red River, so we wanted to test the waters early on to see where we were. We wanted to come out and be able to see how good we can be. And so I thought it would be a good idea to be able to play Wiley at home. And then they returned the game to us a couple of weeks, I think 2 weeks later for our homecoming, so we get to play them twice.
And Coach, now, is Rashida with you right now?
Yes, she is.
How you doing, Rashida? What's going on, 1-1?
Hello.
Hello, Rashida. We miss you.
We do.
Now, can I get one out? Can I get one out right quick, Rashida?
Go ahead.
All right, here we go, y'all. She's a junior, right?
Right.
All right, here we go. 5'8" junior from Nashville, Tennessee, John Overton High School, number 11, Rashida Demisu.
Yeah.
I miss it. There it is.
Okay.
Hey, Coach Rome. Hey, Coach Rome, you got to now, somehow incorporate Wallace Media Group
somewhere down there.
People, and we'll be on the road doing your shows for you down there, man.
But I tell you, Rashida, we are so proud of you. We're happy that you landed at Dillard. You really showed yourself, improved yourself as a freshman, all freshman your freshman year. Then you were all GCAC last year. What do you look for this year? I don't know. All world or what?
Right. Right. I just want to continue getting better on and off the court, and just really improve myself. I don't know if I need any accolades or anything, but I just definitely want to win a championship. That's what I want, and just continue to get better.
Now, what did you work on over the summer? Now, you played in the Scott. Now, I appreciate you played in the Scott Wallace All-Star game, and you look. I told they didn't know who you were, and I told them, I said, you need to play her
right.
the whole second half, and
quick.
that's how they came back.
Exactly.
What have you working on to improve your game, Rashida?
I worked on this past summer. I worked on my handling, my dribbling skills, and shooting, and definitely just sharpened up my defensive stance and defensive just locking down my player on and off the ball.
Yeah, now,
I don't think he did
and
any
speaking of defense, what a lot of people don't probably realize, I know Scott didn't mention it, Coach Ron, what you're getting. Rashida finished last year ranked number 3rd in all of NAIA in steals last year, 3.8, 3.9 steals. And, Scott last week, she and I still stay in touch. And she went through that little up and down phase. And I told her, look, you come from Nashville, Tennessee. We got to go down here and leave a message down in Nova Land, But I sit down and had an opportunity in Rome, just to let you understand the type of player that you got. She set some goals for herself this year. I personally, in the back of my mind, see that, Rashida's got an opportunity to continue to rewrite some record books at Dillard, along with in the GCAC. And, the future is great. She's looking overseas right now, if not a possibility of getting a tryout someplace, maybe in the league.
Right,
So that's a big package. But in order to get that, Rashida, you got to stay humble, got to stay focused.
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, And now, Coach, you make sure that you tell Kiki and Hop Time that I said hello, and that they still owe me for Rashida being there with y'all.
And they definitely owe me.
I certainly will.
All right. Well, we're going to be looking forward. Hopefully this is not the last time, Rashida. We definitely going to be keeping up with you and what you're doing down there. Again, we're very, very proud of you. I know your mom is proud of you. And if I keep saying I'm proud of you, you think your dad gonna give me a little break if I come to
Raz,
As
long as you get the gumbo.
Yeah. You get the Rashida. What's the name? What's the one on the menu that's got your name on it?
It's the Rashida Shrimp Creole.
Yeah, hey, Coach Rome, you didn't even know your player got a famous dessert food named after herself here in the state, man.
I'm trying to get her to cook me something.
But we glad that you're down there. Rashida, my wife, you're Sorro, or how you say it?
Yeah.
She says hello. She says hello, and I know.
Hello. See you later.
All right. You take it easy. And, Coach, we appreciate you calling in. And please don't let this be the last time.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
All right. We'll do. See you, Rashida.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. That's Coach Rome. And, Coach. Rashida Massoud's not here no more.
So laid back.
But one of my favorite names to say, but the Scottie Pippen numbers. That's what I always say.
Always.
17, 11.
On the low
and
though.
7
like
and 3 steals.
You look up and you like, dang. Like, what did she really do?
Right.
And she does it so smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
And she hit. What did she hit that career high last year out at Texas at a Tennessee Temple? She had she had 28. And I'm talking about. I didn't realize it.
Yep.
I didn't realize it. I thought, okay, she had 12 points. I'm doing the stats.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she had 28?
Yeah. And the funny part about it, Scott, Coach Roman and I, we laughed about it the other day. He's like, man, I'm glad, you talking about speaking of records, and we put, that was my first year getting through, not only the first round, but, a lot of people don't know we lost Rashida. Against Dillard, that second game. Now, you give me Rashida back, and we only lost by a jump shot. Janine, she hit the 3 at the end of the game, and then they came back and scored a layup in overtime. Right. But, you give me Rashida back, and I lost 15.9 points a game. We now moving the first time fist ever, and that would have put us into that Final Four game against Tougaloo the next day with a chance to go against championship game against Xavier. So he's getting a heck of a ball player, man. And the good thing I like about it, just from reading and talking to him, he's got not only her, but he's got a great team around her. And they got some heck of a players. She said she finally gets to play with a big post player. Right. She can get the ball to 6'2", 6'3", who can actually score around the basket.
Right. She play out of position.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. And he asked me about if you look at, they had a nice article on Dillard's website about what position. She said, I don't have no position. I can defend from 1 to 5.
She can.
So that's good.
She can. And I've seen her do it. And Jason, you talk about a player. No, we talk, that's one. Tony had some really great players last year, and circumstances messed everything up, kind of messed it up a little bit. But if they would have stayed on like they're supposed to, I would have seen one of the top teams in the Nashville area as far as women are concerned. Yeah. When you talk about a Stefana Scott, you talk about a Janine Davis, and you talk about a 15 rebound a gamer.
And with Corey.
And Corey Foreman.
And don't forget the 7 blocks.
Oh, yeah.
She has the nation. So and then you're just a sleeper team. And then you had a tremendous top 8 recruits coming into the school for the first time in history. I think I'd have had a Fab 5 this year. But, all the girls that went on, and they all actually, what I'm proud of is the young ladies that we were going to sign. 5 out of the 8 of the girls signed at D1, and 2 signed D2, including ones at Vincennes right now.
Right. Okay. Well, I won't get to see it because they're only playing the men's game. So
that's right.
All right, but now we got a guy, Jason. This is your guy on the phone right now. the guru of Tennessee high school football, Murphy Fair. What's going on, Murphy?
Hey guys, how are you this afternoon?
What's going on, buddy?
We are good. We got you on because this regular season is wrapping up, and we know you know everything that's gonna happen. Who's gonna be in the championship game over at Tennessee Tech? We already know. So we don't. Nobody needs to play. Just ask Murphy Fair who's gonna be there, and then we just go from there. How about that, Murphy?
Your confidence is unwavering.
But Murphy, talk about some guy going from, especially because we're in the Nashville area. Talk about some teams that you think that will be able to go a little farther than what the team's going to be expecting in the playoffs.
Well, I don't know about expectations on everyone's part, but I really like a couple of inner city teams in Nashville, in particular, East Nashville and Pearl Cone. I was a bit surprised, maybe not so much at Nashville Christian's win over East Nashville, but the fact that they shut them out last week surprised me a little bit. Maybe that's a wake-up call that Coach Brian Waite and his staff likes. They had an awfully impressive showing against Pearl Cone the week before, and maybe that had a little something to do with their lackluster offense. But I understand maybe the quarterback Isaiah Upton had a bit of an ankle injury. I'm not exactly sure at what point in the game that took place, or maybe even was from the week before. I don't know. But I really like this East Nashville team, maybe even more so after Maplewood's good showing at Alcoa last week. Coach Arcente Broom's team played Alcoa very, very close, much, much closer than I thought they would. And given the fact that Maplewood has 5 losses, leads me to believe that maybe this Alcoa team is not the dominating team that we all thought it might be. Consequently, I have moved, and y'all are getting an exclusive on this because it won't air on TV until Wednesday, but I have moved CPA to the top of my 3A poll in Tennessee this week.
Right, I've seen CPA, I've seen Alcoa, I've seen East, and those 3 teams are the 3 teams in 3A that people are really going to talk about. Now, talk about 4A. You mentioned Pearl Cone, mentioned some other teams in 4A that you think that may be able to take a little jump. You said something about Maplewood also.
Well, you'd be living under a rock if you didn't list Fulton. The Falcons are flying above the atmosphere. They're averaging 60-some-odd points a ball game, and no one, including some 6A teams that are there in Knoxville, has been able to get anywhere close to Fulton High School's football team. They've won the last 2 4A championships and certainly are the odds-on favorite to win another one this year. But Crockett County out of West Tennessee, a small town called Alamo, just north of Memphis, those guys have yet to taste defeat either. And Coach Kevin Ward has got that team playing awfully well. They've got a running back named Johnny Jones.
Yes, sir.
No relation to the one from Munford that played at UT several years ago.
Yeah.
But I really think that Jones kid's probably going to wind up being a finalist for Mr. Football.
Now, we watched him 3 years ago against Maplewood, and now he's a senior, I believe. And he was outstanding then when they came to Maplewood and played against that team that had Ladarius Van Leer.
That was Hagen's year, I think.
Yeah, no, that was the year that was the year after they went to the state championship. Okay. So it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago when they had Megatron and all them on that team, and Troy Fair and that team. But he was definitely the player then. So I can imagine how good he is now, Murphy.
There's another 4A team in West Tennessee that deserves watching. They've got a couple of losses, but those losses came to very, very good football teams, and that's Liberty Magnet out of Jackson. I saw them defeat Henry County in week 0 in Jackson, and that's a team that we're going to have to keep an eye on for a couple of years, maybe even 3 or 4. They had a couple of sophomores and 3 or 4 juniors on that team that were very special. Obviously, when they get to the outside, they're kind of in a league of their own out there. So I think it's going to be interesting to watch the playoffs in those middle classes because, there are some favorites, but at the same time, there's some other teams that don't get a lot of ink here in Middle Tennessee, and consequently, if the mid-state teams like Pearl Cone and Waverly and some of those others, Marshall County, don't play up to their expectations, they're going to be left in the dust.
Hey Murphy, we know in Tennessee playoffs, there's always teams that get in with 4 and 6 records. You've even seen maybe some 3 and 7 teams get in Who's some of those teams that'll probably go in with those below 500 records? They could probably go in and pull some upsets in the first week.
Well, I don't know about the upset pulling, but I think most of those are probably going to come at the 1A and 2A level. As you guys know, they only take 24 teams instead of 32 in 1A and 2A when all of these classes split apart for the postseason. And consequently, there's going to be some teams that finish relatively high in their district standings with not so high overall records. Cofield is one of those, for example. They stand at 5-4 right now, an East Tennessee team. And they've still got to play Oakdale, a team that's come out of nowhere. A couple of surprises this year that make it exceptionally interesting, I think, is Red Boiling Springs, and certainly we all heard a lot about those guys 3 or 4 years ago when they had the state's longest losing streak at 60-some-odd games. And then there's another team very similar to that in West Tennessee called Scotts Hill, just south of Lexington, Tennessee. Both of those teams appear to be playoff bound for the first time in school history. And that's always neat to see somebody who's been trying to get in there for a long, long time. Now, Scotts Hill is a relatively young program. I think 8 or 10 years is as long as they've been playing football over there. But to get new schools in there, especially like Red Boiling Springs, that's been a team in the Upper Cumberland for 30 or 40 years, I guess, for them to finally get into the postseason, that's pretty special.
Hey, Murph, this is Coach Tony. Looking at East Tennessee, I know since I've been here, I see a lot of East Tennessee teams come on here and win state, and especially like Maryville and those guys. How are they looking this year?
Well, Maryville is Maryville. It's kind of like Alcoa and Fulton this year. Until somebody knocks them off, you've got to have them at the top of the heap. Coach George Quarles is in his 11th year at Maryville High School and has lost only 14 games in 11 years.
Wow!
And I think there's probably 7 or 8, maybe 9 state championships in that run. His batting average is over 93% before this year even started. It's probably closer to 95 by now. But you always got to have Maryville on your list. And then as far as 6A goes, once again, we're going to see a really good mid-state team knocked out before the semifinals. Will it be Blackman? Will it be Oakland? That's the big question right now. I think Whitehaven is probably the team that's going to come out of Memphis, but there's 2 or 3 pretty good Williamson County teams at the 6A level. Franklin and Ravenwood in particular. Ravenwood's still undefeated also, and that's a very special team. I've seen them play once, and they're one of those pass-happy teams, but the real impressive thing about them is the fact that their defense allows so few points, and they've had an incredible year this year, playing a pretty good schedule. I was looking down my list here to see real quickly. Ravenwood has given up barely over a touchdown a ball game. They've had 77 points scored against them in 9 games. So if the other team doesn't score, you're not going to lose, right?
Right. Well, what about Hillsborough, a team like Hillsborough that's undefeated right now? Murphy, how far do you think they'll be able to get in the playoffs this year?
I think they've got a great chance. Kyle Phillips and company, if you will. There's 2 or 3 other pretty high-profile players on that team. But Coach Craig Clayton really likes that football team. It's a whole lot more like the Hopkinsville, Kentucky team that he coached a few years ago before coming to Tennessee, much more so than Franklin. It's got a lot more black athletes on that team. It's got a lot more speed. He really likes the mentality of this football team. And Craig's one of those guys that doesn't mind bragging if he's got something to brag about.
You are definitely correct about that, Murph.
You're right about that.
And he's got a lot to brag about this year. If they don't turn the ball over and play up to their capabilities, that could be one of those surprise teams. Of course, they're going to be on the west side of the bracket, the bottom half of the bracket, which means they're going to have to contend with teams like Ridgeway and Memphis East, probably Henry County as well. So at 5A on the west side, it's definitely a bumpy road to get to Cookville.
Do you think that when Ravenwood and Hillsborough meet, that's going to probably be that biggest game, or are they going to meet this season?
No, I think
No,
Ravenwood's
because
6A.
they're in different districts,
Right.
and then when the playoffs roll around, Ravenwood's 6A and Hillsboro's 5A.
Yeah. Well, Murphy, we appreciate you calling. Now, listen, man, I know you got your TV show, and I'm trying to see if you can get me on there. But see, I got a face for radio, so I don't know if your makeup artist can make me look good enough, man.
Well, Wednesday night is our final show as far as the football show goes. But you won't necessarily have to wait until next year. We're formulating some plans right now to possibly be able to do this for basketball season in January and February. So keep my number handy, and we'll work toward that goal. Okay.
All right. By then, my wife will be walking the hallways too over at Channel 5, so you'll be able to see her.
Awesome. Sounds great, guys.
All right. See you later. See you later,
work,
Murphy.
Okay. Maybe we'll see you on the sideline.
All right, Murphy.
sir.
Murphy Fair, who knows? Come on. He just spit out.
Hey,
I guarantee he had no notes in front of him.
He didn't. He made me look good. You know what I'm saying? When he used to break down our games and just talk about us when I was in high school playing and stuff. Like, he made me feel like I was a 5-star recruit and all that when I was decent. But when you got NFL players on your roster with you, it's like you just kind of be like,
I read your bio and I was like, man, you play with some impressive dudes.
Oh yeah, I know
John Henderson.
I know a little something.
Yeah.
Damian would have been there then. Damian would have been.
Yeah, Damian was a freshman.
Yeah,
Damian was a freshman.
Damian
I see Damian Harris.
Okay.
Coach Harris over at
5 foot nothing,
but was
four nothing. 40.
I can tell you about this. Damian came out there, and from day one, like, we found a place for him to play because he has the biggest heart. He would come out there and hit you. Like, when he ended up going, I think he went to Tennessee Tech, UT Martin. He went to UT Martin and played like 6 different positions on offense. So that's you know what I'm saying? We tried to bring him along. He came from a great family, so that football nature was always
He was there
in
when
him.
Ron Slade was there, right?
Ron.
Yeah, so
I can name them off to you. Like, we had the number 1 linebacker in mid-state. He had 215 tackles our senior year. Kenneth Neville's Gates, my boy, KG, shout out. But Albert Washington was probably one of the dominant offensive linemen. He's the only person that I actually seen him and Joe go head up, and they was like that. And Big John, and you don't see too many people do that to Joe. So, I said we was blessed. I had a lot of great teammates around me.
And Tony, I actually was looking on YouTube and I Googled John Henderson and I saw number 3 running around. I was like, look at McKinley Young. he was like this guy. I see why he got all those tackles. He's the guy that jumped on top of everybody.
There you go.
The assistant.
Yeah. We had a guy.
Now we break out the film. We gonna break out the film, and you gonna see some of them tackles Joe came on my side. You know what I'm saying? Like,
five assistant tackles equal 2.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it to you like this: he came and picked me up for school every morning. I wore number 3. He wore number 4.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
my guy.
Well, you see a guy 6'6", 300.
I'm gonna tell you, 6'8", 285. He ran a 4.5.
And we're in number 4.
What are you doing with that?
Yeah, well, how did y'all find a jersey number 4 that big?
Those ripper waves back in the day.
Freshman year.
Those were terror waves then.
Freshman year, the first practice, he wanted to play free safety. Coach put him at free safety one play. A kid ran a slant.
That was
and he laid him out, and coach said, "All right, now you got that out your system. You went down there and go put your hand in the dirt." And the rest was history.
Yeah, and John Henderson, we got to get him on the show. He's around here somewhere. You got to get him on the show. He's very. You see him how brutal he is on the football field.
He is a big teddy bear.
He is
man.
2 personalities.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, just don't. Yes,
YouTube and find out how he gets to that other personality.
Oh yeah.
YouTube John Henderson pregame ritual.
And I wouldn't be the one doing what he did.
I did.
You did.
All the
Slapped him in
time.
the face.
It didn't matter to me. Like, I didn't. We didn't care. He's just Joe. Like,
I've seen it before.
Slap him in the face.
Man, it used to be so funny because we would come out pregame and it'd just be all small guys. Like, the biggest guys would be me and Santonio. We'd be out there stretching and stuff, and they'd look at us like, "Oh, these guys ain't nothing." So me and T would walk down to the goalpost. We look down there and we just do like that. And then you just see like 12 dudes, like all of them at least 285 or 300 better just walking up looking like that. After that, it was a wrap.
Mind games. That's what mind games. That's how you win football games. In the beginning.
Headlines and Sean Green.
Sean Green is
Knucklehead.
Okay.
Say it one more time.
Knucklehead.
Wait, what? I don't even know what he did. What he do?
We'll tell you.
We'll tell you when we come back. You know,
we're gonna take a break. We'll talk about Sean Green when we get back on the bench press. We'll be right back.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I'm 19 years old, and this is how I live united. I've always been kind of a computer geek, and I found a way to use those skills to help the homeless in my community. For people facing hard times, computer skills and a basic resume are so important. It may seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in people's lives. So with United Way, I created a program where I work with the homeless. Together, we go through their whole job history, write a resume, and then save it on their very own USB drive. We provide workbooks and training certificates. I even budgeted for cupcakes so we can celebrate as a class when one of our people gets a job. That's huge. When somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." That's what Living United feels like to me. My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll rope it up.
Cause we know how to jump.
We'll roll it out.
Cause we know how to skate.
We'll cut it down.
Cause we know what to eat.
We'll swap it out.
We eat healthy stuff.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
Yeah, well come on.
Today's a good day to grab your kids and hang out with them for an hour. Dance, walk, play a sport, or cook a healthy meal. Because just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier.
Can we do it?
Yeah, you know that we can.
We'll ball it up.
Cause we know how to hoop.
We'll mess around.
Cause we know how to play.
We'll drop it down.
Cause we know how to dance.
We'll veg it up.
Veg night and day.
Can we do it?
Search We Can online to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day to keep you and your kids healthy. Remember, that's We Can. A message from the Ad Council, HHS, and NIH's We Can program.
You're listening to WTN Tribune Radio, home of the Hour of Power, the Benchpress Sports Show. Tune in right here every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Central Time on WTN Tribune Radio.
It's Thursday night, and you're grabbing drinks with some friends. Started off with a pitcher for the table, which quickly becomes two. There's pool. And there's the photo booth.
All right, everybody squeeze in. Say cheese.
Followed naturally by an order of wings. And another.
Can we get some extra ranch sauce?
Then there's the ceremonial nightcap.
So what are we doing this weekend?
And lastly, it's back to the car, which, if you're buzzed, could be the most expensive night of your life. Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
And we're back on the bench press. We need to have the tape rolling.
No, we don't. No, we do not.
No, we don't.
No, we don't.
That's for another. You got to come in, Pratt.
Oh man!
Hey, they've been dogging us, Pratt. just cause I came in a little late cause situation out of my control. They talking about
Pearl Cone
people,
head coach.
They dogging us, man.
Raymond Pratchett's in the house now with his teammate.
My boy,
we on the air, man. We on the air, man. It's all good. We just have fun up in here. Now, see, here's the thing. Why I had all this Pearl Cone stuff. I'm showing love. You know, the Pearl Cone today. I had Brunetti's gonna call in, and you was gonna be here, Mac here. Also, Brian Collins, whose dad coached the Pearl Cone, call in. Everybody late today, and Brunetti ain't called me back at all. What's going on with Pearl Cone? Y'all big time at me now, man.
Man, we just trying to get ready.
That's what I said.
We on the grind right
it's
now.
Grind
man.
time.
You brought my guy Juicy Juice with you. What's
Hey,
going on,
I brought
Juicy?
the best point guard in the state of Tennessee.
Best
Yes,
point,
sir.
throwing it out
Best
there.
point guard.
I'm not going to disagree.
Too.
I'm not going to disagree.
So I got to come down there and see you. So I'm about to see this.
All right, Sander, for you in the house, what's going on, man? You ready for this year?
Yeah, put in work all day, every day.
All right, Coach, man. We're glad that you're here, man. You know, Coach was the WTN Tribune Radio Coach of the Year in 2014, and looking out for bigger things out of you. Lost a few guys, but you got a few guys that you coming back with. Talk about those guys right now.
Well, we got, of course, we got the best point guard in the state of Tennessee.
You said that already.
Okay. And we got the two of the best big men in the state of Tennessee.
Yes,
Sharquise Buchanan.
Yes, I like Q.
He's rehabbing right now because he tore his ACL, but he'll be back on Thursday.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So, and then I brought also another big man. He's coming back, 6'8", Antoine Jennings.
Now see, he keep pulling guys. I already know what this kid. He found a 6'8" guy in Nashville.
Hey, hey man, that's what we do at Pearl, man. We bring them in 6'8", 6'5".
Antoine, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show. All right, Antoine, you excited about this year? 6'8" guy, and he's legit. I'm legit. I'm looking up to him. He's sitting down. He's sitting down. I'm standing up here looking up to him. How you doing, man? Are you ready for this season?
Yes, sir.
How you now? You got a guy that's the coach of the year. You got Mr. Sandifer as one of the top point guards in the state. How excited are you for this season, man?
Pretty excited. You got a good chance. Most likely to win state.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you want to hear, Coach.
That's what I like to hear.
Hey, that's that confidence, man. That's that confidence.
Yeah,
I love to hear.
And you guys know I'm a Maplewood guy, but I'm always excited. You guys don't give me no swag.
I'm working on them.
I tell you like I told Coach Wade over at East, man. Y'all don't give me nothing to wear. I gotta wear what people give me, man. So. Can I get y'all got? I know y'all got stuff because John Henderson. I know y'all got stuff to fit me over there. Because John Henderson went there.
Well, we got some 2X stuff.
Well, see that
2X or XL.
Oh man, I can wear. I can't wear that outside.
Okay.
But Coach, exciting year this year. You got you guys. I'm picking you guys, of course, to win District 10 AA.
I appreciate it.
How excited are you? And you talked about you got two of you guys here, and I love the way Sandifer plays. And who else do you got besides these two guys and also Q?
Oh man, we got Jaterius Marable.
JT.
Yeah.
JT.
Is he back?
He's back. He's
Oh
back.
my goodness.
Yeah. JT was there. They always just juniors.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I did too.
So and then we got Anthony Ramsey.
Yeah, I remember him.
And also we got Jahad Lang.
Mm-hmm.
We got some young sophomores, man. They're talented.
Yeah.
And they're gonna push a lot of minutes. We got Michael Crawley. We got Stephon Starks, Adonis Easley, who are also sophomores. Look out for Travis Kendricks. He's a defensive stopper, and he goes in, he grinds to just play defense. So, him and Juice were battling there at practice. I love to see that, just guys go after each other. So, it's going to be a fun year. We're just going one game at a time.
And you know what I like about Sandifer? I like his intensity on the court. He's one of the most intense guys. You want to see, we were talking about somebody who's 5'0". He's 5'0". If you give him 3 or 4 more inches, he's definitely Division I. I think
he
he's
D1
Division now. But if he goes 3, 4 inches, he's definitely one of the top D1 players, I think, Coach.
Yeah, he grew a little bit. He's 6'1" now.
Yeah. I didn't see him.
He's already wearing the best number around in
number 3.
What number is that?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He already wearing the best number.
See that?
But see, what's crazy is, though.
Put on 33 for me.
What's crazy, though, Coach hadn't even mentioned the football players yet.
Corian Jordan.
Corian, Jimmy, Toe.
Yeah.
And look out for a transfer coming in January.
Oh, see. He ain't
we gonna keep all
I'm going to keep it. Last name Frazier. That's all I got to say.
Keep pulling that up north stuff. You know, we
transfer. Look at the birth certificate.
Hey, we get from Indiana, come to Chicago.
Mexico. Yeah. Juicy. You got. Now I'm going to say this, man. Who's the better player, you and your sister? Your sister always talking about how good she is. Now tell me how good is your sister. She got better this year?
She just got on me, too, the other day, talking about when came and did y'all games. I was like, we was over there like 6 times.
Yeah. Has she gotten better this year?
Yeah, she ain't got a little better. She be working in the backyard a little bit.
You be wearing her out?
Yeah, I be watching.
His sister's one of the best point guards in the city too. So just a lot of good things happening over at Pearl, and the season's about to start and all that. Who you got first, and you guys are going to Christmas tournament. Talk about your season, Coach.
Well, we open up with Antioch. Casey Smith, man. I cannot tell you how I respect Casey at the program he's building over there at Antioch. So that's a tough first game, man. I know in the past Antioch has slipped a little bit, but Casey Smith, man, he's changing that program, and I know he's going to be tough on us, and we're going to try to be tough on him. And then we had White House Heritage, just kind of just throw some games out there. We got Hillsborough on a Saturday, so make sure everybody
we won't
comes
be
out.
here.
Where we be?
We'll be in Columbia State.
Oh man.
So
hey, I was trying to work that in.
So that's gonna be a big game.
Yeah.
Rodney Tweet's one of my mentors, and I
that's
respect
right.
him a
That's
lot.
why I met you.
Yeah,
that's right.
Hillsborough guy.
Did.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. You had one. You won the city in that year. What year was that?
First year. My first year.
2008 or something like that.
Yeah.
He rolled, then he bounced.
Yeah. You see that? Yeah, he got.
He just found a better school.
Then we have we play Innsworth on a Tuesday, December 2nd at Pearl-Cone. And then we do our regular season.
Some changes.
Yeah. So then this Christmas term we're going to Hitchcock's Classic, which is down in Gainesville, Florida. It's a big tournament. Billy Donovan will be there, and some other college coaches will be there. I'm always about taking these kids to showcases and exposure tournaments, during the Christmas time, and just I know some people might say it's vacation, but I'm just trying to help these kids get in school. It's about winning championships and scholarships.
How many times did you text me and call me and say we got to get these guys in school this summer, man? He's all about that, and I know Sandiford and also your 6'8" guy. I know I'll be hearing his name a lot. You got to appreciate a coach that's really thinking about not just when he's with you, but your future. How excited are you about that, having a coach that's worried about your future too? Are you a senior?
Yes, sir.
Oh man, how excited are you about him worried about your future?
I mean, it's really important. It's like another father figure in my life. Pushed me to do better on the court and outside of school.
Oh man, how you feel about that, Sandra?
Man, it's great. Like he says, another father figure in my life just pushed me to strive for greatness.
Now that's the best compliment I think you can get, saying that you're a father figure. I know you got a child of your own, but having these young men to say that about you being a coach. Now, a lot of times, my coaches, I wouldn't say they was father figures. Like when I was playing, I ain't never called them my father.
What, they Maplewood coaches?
No, they wasn't. I didn't go to Maplewood. But those guys over there either. I forgot it. That's a long time. Turn
the mic off.
Yeah, but to say these guys saying, how you're a father figure, how does it make you feel?
Man, it means a lot, man. It's just that's why I got into this, because somebody touched me and, helped me along the way. I had great parents who pushed me, and, just have somebody that gives that extra push. I feel like I don't want to let, my coach back in the day was Joseph Harris. He, he's my baseball coach, and then we had Harold Johnson, who's my basketball coach, they just push us, man, and they wanted to see us be successful and go to college and make men out of us. So that's me returning the favor. Somebody did it for me, so I'm just trying to return that favor and put it to somebody else's kid.
Hey, guys, you guys should look at that, in terms of Coach P. There's a lot of times that we talk about it. He calls me, texts me, especially in spring, just the things I do. There's a lot of times there's high school coaches who, just take the program for the winter. That's an extra $3,500 or whatever it may be for an extra paycheck, and they don't try to. They don't try to.
Fresh say where they explain that at.
But they don't try to reach out, and do that. And for Coach P, I know for a fact, he not only reaches out, if he doesn't know people or doesn't have that connection, he doesn't mind saying, hey, I don't know that. Do you know X, Y, and Z? And can you help me get this kid here, get this kid there? So at the end of the day, man, if you guys are going out, staying in the books, working hard every day, at the end of the day, it's going to pay off because he's going to make sure he's going to see that happen. So, keep working.
And one thing that we did, Coach, and one of the things that, we're going to be working with Columbia State University.
Okay.
And
one of the former players over there.
Yeah.
JD
over there. And the thing about that is the fact that we're going to be able to have more access to junior college schools. And I'm not saying, a lot of, let's just be real, some of the times, these guys can't get into 4-year schools, but we're going to have more access to schools that are junior college all over the country, not just Columbia State, which is a great school, Motlow and all that, but all over the country, like the Vincents of the world, the Lawson States, teams like that, so we can be able to get them plugged in. So that's one of the things that why we did that is to be able to get these. We're under no illusion that it's sometimes tough for these kids, because when you have a kid from Metro, Coach, and a lot of these guys in here, we got to take these kids home from school. Sometimes you got to feed them. Yeah, sometimes you got to pick them up. You got to buy them spikes. You got to buy them gym shoes. You got to, do things for that. Different from all these other schools out there. So when you have that, it's a different demographic. It's not like CPA, who now has a kid at UT. He's walking on now and he's not as good as Stanford to me. Talking about Braxton Bonds to me.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but because of the fact that he is more privileged than these metro schools, that's why we have to be able to do these things and have these different avenues open up for you all, and that's why we're doing it, man. I really love the fact what you do. You're one of my favorite guys, even though you're wearing the wrong red. But,
he got the right red on all day, every day.
He sees me at Walmart. I have my Maplewood stuff on. He asked the security to come get me. But we want to make sure that that avenue is open to you all now. And I see that you guys put on Max Preps that Maplewood, that January 20th game, you got as a rivalry game.
It's always
a rivalry.
Always.
It's just that game, man. There's something about it. Ty does a great job. Coach Wilson, I apologize, but he does a great job. Since I've been coaching at Pearl-Cohn, it's just something about that game, it brings out the city. I'm pretty sure this Thursday the city will be out for that game as well. So, for football, but for basketball, man, it's always a big rival.
Yeah, and it's going to be a big game. But one of the games that I'm sure that Mr. Standiford has circled on his calendar,
and we will be there at least at one of them.
Yeah, is the East Nashville game that you all. Yeah, and let me say this, Jason. You after the game against them in the it wasn't the district game. It was the tournament.
It was the
regional game.
Was it the regional one?
When
actually, it was both of
Now,
them.
mind you, they were going to play another game, but the look on your players' faces after they lost that game was like. They didn't, I don't care who they could have. They lost to somebody, they act as if they knew they were supposed to win that game, and they felt like they should have won that game. If you saw their faces, I think you appreciate the fact that they did not like to lose in that game. So I'm sure that's circled on their calendars.
Which is the East game or
the East game? Yeah.
Yeah, it was the district tournament.
It's the district.
Oh, district tournament. Okay.
Yeah, we.
They just went cold like the last 4 minutes. Just couldn't buy it back.
What's crazy, Scott? Man, we played 3 games at Maplewood, and we're 0 for 3 at Maplewood last year.
Wow. Yep.
We lost to Maplewood. We lost to East in the district championship, and then we lost to Cheatham County in the regional semifinal.
Yep. Yeah.
So. Maplewood is a hard place to play it. You know what I mean? It's I don't know what it is. You can ask these guys. I don't know if it's the goal. I don't know if it's the atmosphere, the depth of the court.
It's the announcer.
I think
it's gonna be a change this time.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be announcing this year, so you can't blame me this time.
Nah, I never blame you for that. It's just, I don't know what it is, man. It's just you know, all three of those games, man, the teams we lost to, they just caught fire at the right time.
Right, and that Maplewood game is probably one of the best games that I've ever been around. The game that it went back and forth, and that game was a good game. And then you can't hang your hat and losing to Cheatham County, a team.
Man.
Honestly, man, I thought we was the best. I knew for a fact we was a better team.
Right.
But they just hit.
They
just
hit
got
shots.
Yeah.
You know, I thought going into that game that, you know, we will catch fire at the right time, but they just hit shots. Man, it kind of made me feel like they already had practice at the gym.
That's what it seemed
I didn't
like.
open it up. I didn't open it up for them, you know, because when you did the game, of course, I gave y'all the music. I didn't give them any music.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, we know we trying to make you guys hype because, you know, I don't care. Again, I don't care if it's Pearl Cone, East, whoever it is, as long as a metro school, I'm going. You guys got my back, and I'm definitely going to have my support this year, too.
Man, I appreciate it. Hey, Scott, man, I just want to tell you, man, I'm so glad you cleared your name up, man.
I cleared my name.
Oh, yeah. I was a little worried about that, man. I was a little nervous.
Everybody know about it.
I called him about that.
Yeah, I got calls. Scott Wallace, some guy named Scott Wallace was at Vanderbilt doing something. I don't know, chasing little girls or something. And my pastor called me. You know, even at work, they were teasing. They had a police officer come to my job, and it's a guy that I know.
That's serious.
And he said, "Hey, man, I hate to tell you this, but I gotta take you downtown." I said, "For what?" He said, "Man, they looking for a dude named Scott Wallace." And I said, "It's not me." He said, "Look, Scott, I don't want no problems now." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not going nowhere with you. I'm telling you, we're gonna be boxing." And then I heard people laugh. I said, "Oh, they set me up."
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I finally cleared my name up. That was not me. He's Scott D. Wallace. I know I'm light skinned, but it's a white guy, so it wasn't me. But yeah, but you didn't holler at me. You didn't let me. You didn't find out if it was me.
I was scared, man. You know,
you didn't want to be an accomplice.
You know?
Yeah, but a lot of people tease me. I got calls from Indiana even about it, man. But yeah, I did clear my name up. I'm good. I guess I could do a couple of basketball games. This
I
year.
appreciate it, man. You know,
Yeah,
we got all access for you.
Yeah, good. But we appreciate you guys coming in. I know. You know, this season's about to come about. We want you to come in before it got too busy for you and all
I
that.
appreciate it.
And I know, you know, we probably not going to. We want you to call in if you can during the week at some point. We don't want this to be your last time. You guys are good about you. Right up the street, you can come in. And Juice, you know, you can come in anytime, brother. And we're looking forward to what you're going to do this year. And the young man, give me your name again. Antoine. You 6'8", man. You can't teach height. So you can't teach height, so we're looking for big things out of you, except against Maplewood. Y'all can calm down against that game. Against Maplewood. But we really appreciate you guys coming in and looking for big things out of you all. And Antoine says state coach, so I'm looking. Can I at least can I go to Murfreesboro? Can I get a ticket or something, man? If y'all go,
man, you know we're gonna take it one game at a time.
He's Coach B.
One
He's
time
Coach
at a time.
B, yeah. But we're going to get out of here. You know, it was a great show today. We appreciate the Pearl Cone Firebirds coming out. So I'm sure that
the best high school in Metro.
The best.
The best.
High school.
Best.
In North Nashville.
The best in Metro.
All right. Of course, we had Brian Collins call in. We had Coach Rome from Dillard call in with Rashida Ademasu. Yeah. And also we had Coach Sam Harris of Trevecca Nazarene Murphy here. Fair. Also, Jason, Facebook.
Hit it.
Check us out. Just type in WTN Tribune and click like on everything you see.
There it is.
Benchpress, Tribune Sports, the Tennessee Tribune newspaper.
Everything.
Click all that.
And prospects on the rise.
There it is.
Don't push like on Pearl Cone, though.
You got to. You see, we got all the haters in the world. That just means we're going to rise up. That's what we always do.
We'll see y'all next week. Remember, next week it's a 1-hour show. We'll be at Columbia State University for their first game.
Yes,
of course,
sir.
We'll be at Vincennes, Indiana. I know we're about to get up out of here. Vincennes, Indiana, this Friday for the Columbia State's first road game. The home game is Monday. Will be 1 hour, and we'll see you next week.
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday, yeah.